Flank those cattle. Barrett, take up the drag. Let's go. Today, Barrett.
You got a horse?
Get back to that herd. I gave you an order.
I take my orders from Barclays, not from a...
Not from what? Not from what, Barrett? You hop on that herd or you're trapping the flats.
You wear that brand. He's romping urine. That B don't stand for Barclay. Not in your hide.
You're through. Pick up your pay and get out. Anybody else feel like looking for work?
Nick, I swear you're the only man I know who'd step out of a bath and look like he was just dragged by a horse.
It might do you some good to eat a little dust once in a while.
I'm a lawyer, remember? I only eat crow.
It's a herd all in.
What? Don't tell me I'm here too late to help.
Help, great. Stackyard, we need a man.
I thought you had a full crew.
I got it.
Down one, I fired a man.
I hired him back. Hey, Berber, go out there and tell him to take it easy with those fires. I don't count to have any stack piles going up, huh?
What happened, E?
Gave an order. He didn't obey it fast enough to suit me.
Handle him.
I handled him.
Give him the sack.
Seemed to be the way.
You got a job for a man to do, and he doesn't do it, you get him to do it. That's handling him. Now, you go out and tell Mac to put a double guard in that hole tonight. That herd's restless.
Nick,
Yeah.
that was a mistake you just made.
Oh, now what are you talking about?
You were wrong.
Oh, come on.
Wrong, Nick.
I've got 3,000 head of cattle, 550 miles to drive in, 24 days, with 40 hands that know which end of the cow to prod, and not just our cows, Jared, but Card, Colvin, Royce, and Fry's, still biting their nails because they had to throw their cattle in with us. Nobody gets fired.
Nick, you chopped his legs off right at the knees.
I'd have done it to you, and you'd have done it to me.
It's not the same.
We're all Barclays, aren't we?
We were born to the name, Nick. That gives us immunity.
I've got 24 days, Pappy. So know this, that herd comes first.
So I told Nick, I can't hardly work flank when I've been told to pick up my pay. So old Nick, he bursts. He says, pick up your pay, he says.
McCall.
Yo?
Nick wants 2 more men to ride guard on that herd tonight.
Rodale? Chad?
I'll be taking it. With Barrett.
Whose thought is that?
Mine.
Well, I've had me a day. I expect I'll pass.
McCall,
Yeah?
get the men outside.
All right, everybody. Move it.
Barrett, sit down.
Son, don't do...
The cook, too.
Come on, Sally.
Close the door on your way out. Barrett, you're gonna ride guard on that herd tonight. If I have to carry you out.
I have had it with you, boy. Now, you can diddle them all you want up there in that high house, but to me, you're trash. Up out of that dirt just like Lillard and Brown and Shad or me, or no better. You're a sight less to be giving orders. I ain't taking no bossing from a dead man's dirt. All right. Get him out of there. Go on.
There's a fire in here! Fire! Wait a minute, fire is in there! Come on, get out of there! Go up the house, get help! Hurry up, get some buckets! Come on! All right, let it go! Come on, get in there! Get away from there! Get out there! Get the water in there! Hurry up with the water!
going on here?
Barrett's in there. Somebody...
Somebody get this man a blanket. I don't believe it.
Who is he? Do you know him?
You people, you three. Get this man out of the dirt.
Audra, your room is a disgrace.
Oh, he's the most fabulous thing I've ever seen. A general. Nick says he practically won the war by
Change your
himself.
clothes before you come to dinner.
So you were with 104th at Benton's Crossing?
6 days. Pinned down for 6 days in that lousy swamp with nothing to eat but bark and moss.
But you held that swamp.
Until you broke through.
You held it so that I could break through. An act of supreme heroism.
Oh, Mother. Mother, this is General Wallet.
Mrs. Barkley?
My son has admired you for years. You've justified your reputation.
Oh, hardly, madam. I was just passing south and trespassed quite uninvited to gain my bearings. The rest, coincidence. The mark, I suspect, of most heroics.
I suspect otherwise. You're staying the night, of course.
Well, I hardly...
My room. Silence! I'll tell him. I'll bunk in the guest room.
Excuse me, I must see to dinner. I assume you'll be dining with us.
Well, the last I heard of you, General, you were on the frontier.
6 years.
What brings you west?
To California?
Still with the Army?
Forever the Army.
Well, you have me more than intrigued, sir.
Well, then I apologize, because there is nothing as rude as to intrigue and then be forced to remain silent. My horse, never quartered so well, I'm sure, has an injury to his shin. You mind if I have a look at him before?
Oh, yes, of course. I'll see you the wine. Hope you're on 55.
55, really? That's not hospitality, that's homage. Quite a guy. Oh, he could sure raise Ned with the brass. But he could win battles and men. Better than any man I ever met. What happened out there today? Well, it's you and me on this drive. I got nobody else. The men don't know the country. I've only walked it once. I'm gonna need your head. We'll bury the thing, all right?
All right, Nick. That horse. I've seen it before.
Wallen's horse?
The last 2 weeks, since I've been here.
Well, now, how could you? You heard him say he was just passing through.
From where?
None of your business. Or mine. Zero.
Barrett. Let's have a look at that arm. Well, that's not so bad.
No, sir.
Reb?
4 years with Johnston.
Pioneer Ridge?
You bet.
You boys are really something. It's the only time I ever took a ball in the back of my chest running away from musket fire. How'd you get that? Private?
It ain't private.
Oh.
This mongrel Heath rides in here about 2 weeks ago.
Heath Barkley?
Barkley, you know, Barkley, more than I am. Old man whelped him in a mining town.
Yeah, he started in giving orders like he owned a mint.
Yeah.
I thought Nick ran things.
Nick, yeah.
He's fine.
Squashed him like a boot heel on a tater bug.
Oh, Nick, he knows. First time there's a duster, I'll make a bet.
Heath makes tracks.
He gave you what for?
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. This man was at Pioneer Ridge. He gave what he got.
Yeah, that's right.
What about the rest of you? Sir? The war, I mean. Any of you in it?
Bull Run, Vicksburg.
I make that most.
Sup, old Spock here. Still trying to hook us that Mexican coyote shoot back in the 40s was a fight.
Well, it was a fight. It was, and I ain't forgot what I know.
What do you know, Spot?
How to take a Yaqui with my bare hand. Or blow a bridge, or gut a town.
You sound like you miss it.
Man miss anything he does well.
I know what you did. Peppered tails. What about you?
Ordnance.
Telegrapher. Artillery.
Coherent mortars?
Coherence. Dahlgren.
Anybody here know how to take out a train?
Yeah.
What do you use?
Blasting powder and coffee gun.
What if you got no powder?
Log jammer on a turn.
Put some ice on that. It'll cut the pain.
Night, General.
Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir.
We'll bed down here at the Kern River for a day, then up over these mountains, and it's home free to San Diego.
Those mountains, quite a climb.
There's a slight grade for about 10 miles or so, but nothing cattle can't take.
Water?
Prettiest lake you ever saw right up here on top.
I like it. It's good. I like it a lot.
In other words, you want out, right, Sam?
Jared, I didn't say that.
We went all through this 2 months ago. We told you then the Army had offered $15 a head more than the Kansas City price for all the steel we could deliver to San Diego. We talked to you, Sam. You and all the others said you wanted in.
Royce and Carr?
And Fries, in this morning, penned and tallied.
If I lost that herd, Jared,
Be over my dead body.
run him in.
McCall, you ride Gate Horse, and Heath, run Sam's herd in. Well, this ace is over. Let's howl at the wind.
Nick, that lake there at the top,
Greatest coffee water you ever drank.
it's not a lake.
What do you mean it's not a lake?
It's a runoff.
Well, I was there.
That was spring, Nick. This is August. It's high desert country. There's not a particle of water in those hills, not for 100 miles. Your lake, Nick, is nothing but barrel cactus and sage.
Travel along here till we get to the Kern River. And, then we go due east.
Would you excuse us, gentlemen? I sense the conversation's about to become masculine.
I don't mind.
Audra, would you get my sewing basket? There seems to be a button missing at the top of your dress.
Yes, east, along the base of these hills.
Well, that's all desert.
You can't go over the mountains. You got to go around them, through Mint Canyon. There's water there. It's longer, but you can make up the time.
Oh.
I thought you knew this territory.
Well, not this territory.
Surely some of your men.
None of my men have been south of Fresno.
I think what my brother is subtly trying to suggest is that since you're traveling south yourself in the morning...
That I go along with them? Oh, no, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'd be nothing but a nuisance.
Well, that's hardly the word, General.
Well, if you can tolerate a man who doesn't know a drag from a flank, done.
Good, wonderful. I'll get in touch with McCall and have him set you up for tomorrow morning.
It's going to be lonely here the next few weeks. You and Nick on the drive, and Jared back to San Francisco, Eugene off to college. And Audra, well, whoever knows where Audra is.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, now we're going to have to do something about that. I've been many things to many people, but never ma'am. What's wrong, Heath?
Nothing.
Oh, no, not that, not to me. Trouble with the men?
I can handle the men.
Heath, you don't have to prove anything to anybody. You proved who and what you are 2 weeks ago in that fight against Coastal and Western. Now, how many men did they have? 60, 80 hired gunmen against a handful of farmers and my sons. You fought with them, and we won.
That horse.
What are you talking about?
That horse was there.
Mullen's horse?
At Sample's place with those hired guns.
Are you sure?
You don't forget a horse like that.
Have you told Nick?
No, Nick wouldn't believe it. He thinks Wallet's a saint.
And you can't prove otherwise?
No.
Nor can I. Oh, take care, Heath. Take care.
Keep that beef moving.
You're late, friend.
General.
In my country, when a man is no longer in the army, he's no longer a general. General.
You have them?
Of course.
How many?
30.
Henrys.
That's what I could get.
I want Winchesters.
And so I would like to be president. It's impossible.
So it's impossible.
General, I'll talk to my people.
Tell them I want 40, not 30.
40? You have so many men as 40?
I'll have them.
Against the Aricaras, you had 200. All dead. When are the 40?
When you have the Winchesters.
They'll be there for you at the Kern.
With all the rest of it?
Of course. Something more?
I want you to kill a man.
Nine days. That's good.
Feels good, Nick.
Hey, Heath. Heath, don't unsaddle yet. I want you to...
My leg.
My back. My back. Don't shoot.
Lillard, Shad, up here. He was helpless. Helpless? Except for what he could tell.
Every snake has two fangs. Remember that.
All right, here we go. Oh, no. I'm not gonna lay down. You put me up front.
I figured that.
One lousy bullet from a drunken Yankee.
Not a lousy bullet, Nick. It's in the bone.
Well, there's doctors in Bakersfield. You'll be there by morning.
Well, it's all yours, Heath.
I won't forget that, Nick.
No.
Nick, we'll see each other again.
Jib.
Let's get out of here, huh?
Take a circle, will you, Mac? Close them in.
Yeah. I'll lay out a route. You'll want to leave early in the morning.
We're not leaving in the morning.
Beg your pardon.
Figure we'll stay over another day.
What for?
Scout that lake, up that grade on top of those mountains.
I believe I told you that lake is...
I know what you said. There's no water. Kind of believe there is.
Why would I lie?
Well, maybe to make yourself necessary.
To whom?
To the men. In case anything happened to Nick.
They're your men.
That's a fact.
You saw him when he drunk it? Coal oil!
You rotten flea-bit, Georgia skunk!
Yeah, well, you know, what do you think you're going to do here?
I'm gonna roast you, boy!
Yeah.
You fellow likes fire, as I recall.
I was only funning. Now, look, Shad. Chad. Will I ever give it to you, boy?
100 yards to make the river. Ah!
Drop it, Shad. Put it down. Put it down.
Well, you two fellas got all that energy. Let's just ride guard tonight.
We rode guard.
Last night, 4 hours.
I'm not talking about 4 hours, Barrett. I'm talking about 8.
All night?
Now, you got 1 hour to get your dinners and get back to that herd. Anybody else feel like extra detail? Let me know.
Hell, that rips it. I have had it up to here. You understand that? Who goes with me? Billy? Spock? Shad? What are you? Pack of stock for him to beller and prod at? Him? You ain't had enough, Brown, huh? You want more?
Where do you want them to go, Barrett?
Well, I ain't staying with this. There are other spreads.
$8 or $10 a month. How much do you make?
12.
Top pay, unless...
Less what?
Unless you're a man who can take out a train.
What are you talking about?
More money in a month than you make in a year.
For what?
Man knows how to run a mortar, telegraph key, gut a town, blow a bridge.
Dinner?
Suddenly, I found that I have developed an appetite.
Strays downstream. Pick them up. Spock, saddle up. We're going to scout this ridge for water. Okay, let's move it.
Saddle. Why don't you saddle? Go then. Yeah.
Now! You heard him! Move out!
Move out? Here we go. Oh, we're going to move out, all right. We'll move. Get all of these things right.
Well, what do we got here? What did he offer you, Shad?
What they fought through 4 years of war to find.
That's right.
No ordinary men satisfied to return to their farms and their ranches, their jobs, and live a small, insignificant life.
You hear that?
Dissatisfied men, Barkley. Yearning and searching for a place. A place of their own, and rightfully so, because they had the courage to seek it.
That's right. You're right.
And you're gonna give it to them?
Yes, he is.
Where?
Diaz in Mexico.
Right, Mexico.
Right. So that's what it's all about.
Hired assassins.
Volunteers.
Off to fight for a Mexican terrorist.
Patriots.
And for what?
Half we get. That's half.
Oh, no, more than land, boys. A province, my province, yours and mine. All that you've ever dreamed of owning for yourself, not working for somebody else. And what's more, 100 square miles of water and green.
And how much of that do you think you're gonna see?
Listen, we have all we want to hear from you. All of it.
A 6 by 3 foot grave. No. You follow him and you go to your death. That's all the value you are to him. No? No. Ask him why he was at Sample's place with the Coastal and Western Railroad. Fought against us. He fought against us.
Oh, no, he never fought against us.
Ask him why Nick was shot. Because he ordered it.
Ordered it?
Knowing you'd never break away from Nick as long as he was here.
You hear that, boys? I save men from the swamps and the fires to have them shot. I offer you freedom. I offer you manhood. I offer you everything that a courageous man can achieve. Are you with me?
Yes!
Barrett, I need 10 men to come with me. You others pick up the rest of the men at the herd. We'll meet you at the Camino Real crossing at noon. Oh, and nothing stolen. Not even a calf.
Right. Get on. Brown. And here in front of Salomon.
I'll need a wagon. I think a 20 should cover it. Barkley. Wait here. Hold your fire. Don't shoot. This place is a powder keg.
I'll kill you, Wallant. If I have to.
Unless?
I want those men back.
Men are not given, Barkley. They're earned.
Or stolen.
Oh, Barkley. What a lot you've got to learn. Some people want to be stolen. Don't you know that? Relieves them of all responsibility for their impotence and weakness. Men are sheep, Barkley. These men are all sheep. Going willingly to the slaughter. Preferring it rather than facing their own inadequacy and failure.
Wallant, what are you?
Take you, for example. What a curious place to make one stand. In a coffin. Think about it.
Barkley?
Barrett, Spock, you draw his fire. Shad, you come in from the east, the sun to your back. They'll keep him occupied. Take him through the door.
Sir?
And keep your fire high. Where do you think you're going?
To get him back.
Brown, sir. Lillard, you two men, fan out. On my shot, take him.
Take him?
Head on.
Take him, he says.
You okay?
No. We can do better than that, boys. This is no good. There's only Rebs out there on that line. So it's yells and musket fire and up. Because never. Not once, not now. Not this one part of the ridge. Are they ever gonna say that Wallen was stopped? So we take them. And then it's letters to your sweethearts and your wives, and medals, boy, and whiskey from the officer's table. I always did that for you. You know that I did. So we take them now, boys. And then it's cheers. Charge! Ten more yards, boys. That's all it is. Just 10 more. Wallen.
Give me the gun. Please.
After we do what we gotta do here, I figure we can still make the cattle up that grade, Mr. Barkley.
Not only water in that dry lake, but you are to see the trout, the size of your feet.
Is that with or without his boots on?
You were saying about the steer.
Yeah, listen, we got this lophorn.
That crazy Red.
Well, anyway, all the way down, somebody always had to be hazing back to the herd. When we get to San Diego, wouldn't you know it? We couldn't get him on the
It's a mighty big cloud he's on in there.
He did a mighty big job.
And burst a big bubble.
Yeah.
Nick, there's always something tragic about a fallen idol. Because the tragedy, you see, is that it makes us wonder how we could have been so wrong. Worship idols, Nick. All do and must. But never, never believe their light is brighter than your own. This ranch is yours, Nick. Yours to rule. So are the men. By your choice and your decisions.
Well, now, you're quite a doctor, aren't you?
Oh, I've cured an ego or two in my day.
Fish as long as my foot.
What?
Keith, how long did you say that fish was?
Boy, howdy, Nick, I tell you, as long as your arm.
Cure that, doctor.